My husband confessed that he would do everything to kiss my sister, so I am making him kiss the life of singlehood. Yesterday we had dinner with my sister and her husband and we all had a lot to drink. After my sister and her husband left, my husband and I had intimacy. Neither of us was tired, so we continued drinking a bit of wine, listening to music in the background, and everything was amazing, I thought. My husband was smiling and in a good mood. He is always like that when he is drunk. We talked about my sister and her husband. He just suddenly said, "I'm so in love with sister's name." I said, "What?" He said, "I'm so desperately in love with sister's name, what I would do to taste her lips. She is brilliant." He looked dreamy and was still smiling. I said, "How drunk are you?" He said, "Probably plenty." I was drunk too, but still, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I just sat silent there, and he too was in his own world with a smile etched on his face. He looked like he was a million miles away. I went to bed. This morning all memories came rushing, and now I'm not drunk. It hit me even more what he said. I'm horrified and my heart is in pieces. He hasn't mentioned anything and is acting normal if yet hangover. I don't know what to do now. He has always had a good relationship with my sister with mutual respect. Should I ignore his drunken comments? Was that just him being drunk? Should I wait for him to start talking? Not sure he even remembers. What about the intimacy we had? Something was different, even though I loved it and I thought it was one of the best intimacy of my life. He was different, passionate, tender, and loving, and he kept saying, "I love you. You are brilliant." Peas. My sister has always been modest and tomboyish, but she has lost 25 kilograms and has been working out for a year. She had a form-fitting red dress yesterday with red lips. She looked stunning and we all gave her compliments about it. She was very happy about it. I don't know why I included this. I thought maybe it was relevant. Update 1. I talked to my husband, and he said he didn't remember a lot about that night, especially after my sister and her husband left and we continued drinking. I told him what he said and he didn't look shocked or surprised, just that he didn't remember saying anything. I asked him if he felt it before we started drinking. He said that he always loved my sister because she was kind and warm. Then he said that he thought she looked very beautiful and probably his drunken self thought she was hot. He said it is normal that people are curious about the opposite intimacy. He said that he always thought she was beautiful because all my family is good, but her weight loss gave her confidence and she looked happy and he was happy for her. I asked him if he could choose between us and he was shocked and said that I was his wife and the mother of his children and he loved me, so I asked him if he just had met us. I wasn't his wife or anything and my sister wasn't married. He said that this was getting ridiculous and he hated playing the hypothetical games because people get worked up and fight about things that aren't real. After dinner, he said that he loved me very much and he was happy and I shouldn't overthink what he said when he was too drunk to even know who or where he was. I'm just not sure. Update 2. I have been delaying my update because honestly, I'm still fatigued. It has been rough. My husband and I have been to therapy and I don't know if I like therapy or if we are making any progress. Sometimes I feel like we are not making progress fast enough and sometimes I just want to give up and disappear. I have found out that my sister knew all along about my husband's feelings for her, all these years, and she never bothered to alert me. I went on thinking I was happily married to a man whose heart I thought was mine. I yelled and raged at her and cried, and she cried too and apologized and said that she didn't want to hurt me and didn't know what to do. I feel a lot of anger and resentment towards her and I have been playing my years with my husband trying to remember every interaction with my sister and if I missed anything by being blindly stupid. I am just so confused. I can't remember anything that is remotely alarming, and yet my sister never tried to avoid my husband. She gladly spent weekends, holidays, and vacations with my husband and me. Wouldn't she at least have tried to distance herself? According to her, it was me she wanted to have a relationship with. Me and my children are the most important people to her. She didn't want to be apart from me. She told my husband that and he promised to never make her uncomfortable, but she knew that he had feelings for her. She refused to answer if he still did, however, which is an answer itself. She panicked and said no, and please believe me. I told her that I needed some distance. She apologized and started crying. I haven't spoken to her in maybe 3 weeks. I heard that her husband is upset and has left the house because he didn't know either. I don't know what more to update. I have tried to keep it simple. I feel like I need advice now more than ever, and honestly, therapy is leaving me feeling empty after every session. It feels like I don't know how to describe it. Methodical and matter-of-factual? Only the practical and logical aspects need to be solved. Am I right in being angry at my sister? Am I too optimistic that this still could work with my husband? Can he love me? Just me? I don't know how to move on. I don't want to forget. I want to forgive.